Now why Michael Burry and Chamath are warning us the worst is yet to come. We still have a lot to see, and there's a lot to come for all the things that happened in the last 3 years. So let's talk about all that in this video and talk about what's to come and how it's going to come and all the different things that happen to make it, and all the different events that led up to this point and why things are going to get worse before they get better. Now, I warned people about this in a couple of videos that I made, so if you haven't seen them, I highly recommend you check them out. This is why it's important for you to invest your money and budget. They have made it so easy for people like me and you to start investing. Just be careful of the companies. For example, FTX. If someone's saying they're offering this and that, check it, do your research, find out if it's legit, how they're doing it. You can even contact customer service, have some questions ready to go and ask them. Make sure they have some kind of security in case they do end up going bankrupt, just like FTX. And that's why it's always important to do your research and make sure that you have a way to get your money back if the company were ever filed for a bankruptcy or Chapter 11. Don't just go out there and buy or spend on anything and everything, or eventually you'll end up with a bunch of things that you don't need. I used to work for this company, and then I noticed it. During the situation that caused lockdowns and money printing, companies and people were getting stimulus. And this was the sugar rush or adrenaline that people needed and companies needed to continue spending. And it created this fake demand in the stock market and the economy. Supply and demand too. Now all this printing, meaning the Fed had a balance sheet of $7 trillion and pumped up the demand. June 2021, which the Federal Reserve had assets and had topped $8 trillion. And printing is a common term for when the Federal Reserve injects non-paper money into the financial system. There's indeed more than $8 trillion in assets on the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. It's probably more to like $9 trillion. But it was added intermediately dating back to 2008. Less than $2 trillion has been added during the Biden administration. This free money increases aggregate demand, and it's unsustainable. This is called the hidden tax, and will eventually come back and haunt everyone. Don't worry, billionaires and millionaires that know about the tax loopholes will still be paying less or no taxes because the loopholes are not fixed. Keep in mind, they also create jobs for many people in the world, so don't get mad at them. And those people might also even help support some small businesses. Now let's also keep in the fact that when they printed all this money, companies were hiring, giving pay raises, spending their money like there's no tomorrow. And I seen this in my previous employer. When I saw that they were hiring, promoting, spending like crazy, and everything else, I had to do my research. And I had to figure out what was going on. I told them that we should budget several times and slow down the spending. But as you can tell, no one listened to me. People were getting stimulus and unemployment money to do nothing. So some people even quit and left their jobs so they can get free stimulus because they were making more in stimulus than they were at their current position. Some, if not most people, were spending their money to buy things that they didn't need. And people had the option to work from home. They thought this would be a permanent thing. Some people even moved thinking so. Now companies are asking people to go back to work or quit. This increased sales for e-commerce businesses like Amazon, Shopify, and much more. Imagine the products that were worth between $22 to $1,000 that people are able to buy. The thing that impressed me was Tesla, which sales of electric cars with amazing software capabilities, which still had demand, but the prices of vehicles are like $45,000 or more. which many people can't afford, but they were still selling and there's still demand. Now let's take a quick break. No, this is not another promotion video. I'm not trying to promote anything other than my channel. So let's take a break and make sure we hit the subscribe button and the like button on my channel. And there's links in the description below and in the comments if you want to start investing. And I release a new video every week. And after this video, you can check out some of my other videos if you want to learn about education, investing, health, or any of the other stuff. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, watch those videos. Share these videos if you want with your friends or family. Now we have what's called real demand. Economies getting hit. Companies like Amazon, Oracle, Tesla, Twitter, and much more are laying people off because they're not getting that money that they're used to. Companies are even losing a valuation because of this. For example, Amazon just lost $1 trillion in value. Now we have to, and we also have this thing called inflation, which is so-called 7.6%, but it's actually higher than that. It is just that inflation is going at a slower rate and increasing at a slower rate. The Fed was pumping into the stock market with all this money. That's why you've seen stocks prices going up like crazy. For example, the government data shows $1 trillion. For example, government data shows a dollar printed in 1990 had already lost 50% of its purchasing power by 2021. This is why inflation is the silent killer. Now you see growth stocks going from $20 to $1 IPO before, when there were IPOs. We are constantly devaluating the dollar or currency. A lot of people are losing money. It even made Cathie Woods and a lot of YouTubers and Wall Street bettors look like geniuses when it comes to investing. When people like me were trying to warn other people, I was being made fun of, and they said don't believe anything he's saying. Diamond hands, rocket emoji. I still believe you guys should invest your money, fight against inflation to keep your value of your money up. And you can still find amazing dividends, REITs, ETFs, and other stocks that can help you with this. Also try investing in your 401k match. HSA, Roth, and Prosper are some amazing options that you have. And now you can see an amazing opportunity because the stock market is dropping. There's layoffs, there's inflation, there's companies not hiring that much or at all. Cost of living is going up. Companies are cutting costs and everything else. So right now is your chance to invest because inflation is taking away your purchasing power. Prices of your Netflix subscription, Apple TV, Amazon products, foods, gas, and everything else is going up. If you start saving and investing at 19, imagine how much money you would have in your 30s or 40s. You wouldn't need a 401k or stimulus Wall Streets. What's the worst that can happen? Hyperinflation. It's where the price keeps going up and the currency almost loses or becomes worthless. It's your chance to win the lotto. Joking. It's your chance to take advantage of this opportunity when it happens and if it happens. Many are predicting a huge crash. Aggregate demand is back to what it was to 2019 almost, but prices of things are still going up and increasing at a slower rate. It's all because the Fed's increasing interest rates right now, that it's increasing at a slower rate, but it's still increasing. So start investing and protect your money. So what is the bullwhip effect? The bullwhip effect is the distortion of demand and increase in volatility that occurs as a forecast and the orders move from retailers up to the manufacturers. When a spike in demand occurs, which we're seeing right now, is the demand is decreasing because the Fed is decreasing their balance sheet and all the money printing that we've been doing They're not printing any more money. They're removing it.